We'll have security cameras in it. Oh wait, maybe this isn't a good idea, Jack.
How do I used to get in the gate? There we go. Dude, this light's insane.
Alright, now in this video we're gonna be talking about how Jack Doherty straight up broke into a house. Alright, I'm not making this up, he straight up streamed himself doing it, right? Great idea, just giving away evidence of you just straight up committing the crime. But yeah, he straight up streamed himself breaking into a house. And the reason that he said he did it was because he used to live in that house, right? And so he wanted to revisit that place. And he wanted to see it again, right? So he straight up went to that house, which now belongs to someone else, right? Someone else lives there. He just went there and he broke into it. And this entire time he could have just done the normal thing, which was that he could have contacted the new owner or the new person who was living there. And he could have just said like, oh hey, by the way, this used to be my place, I used to live here, and I want to check out this place again. And he could have just had a normal conversation, right? He could have gone there at a normal time, like maybe like in the afternoon or something, right? But instead of like contacting the person living there and having a conversation and just being let in, the legal thing to do, he instead just decided to pull up at night, right? And it seems like this was so late that no one was outside. You couldn't really see any people outside, and it seemed like at this point people had probably gone to sleep and stuff. The neighborhood was really, really quiet, and he straight up just broke into the house. So yeah, let's just watch a number of clips of this from the YouTube channel More Pegasus.
We'll have security cameras in it. Oh wait, maybe this isn't a good idea, Jack.
How do I used to get in the gate?
Oh wait, yeah, maybe not.
What?
Maybe not. His camera.
Bro, what are you doing?
Yeah. This is OD. It's right there. Look, you see it? Right here, look, up more. It's that right there. That thing to pull.
You're on this side.
It's right here. Check, I'm looking at it. Look, the thing to pull. See it right there?
I thought so. Oh. There we go. Dude, this light's insane. Yo, we're breaking in. Chris, you go first.
No, I was like,
This is my old backyard, bro. Look at it.
Oh, they put the net.
Yo, there's a guy at the guest house here. It was vibe. I would jump off the roof into the pool every day. But let's go before we all die. Pool house, alright? Guys, tell me, break and enter. We're trespassing.
Wait, shut that. No, you're good, let's go.
Sorry. Ding dong ditch. Should I ding dong ditch my old neighbor that hates me?
Yo, you deadass shouldn't just hop in the whip.
You think?
Yeah, then we do it.
I'll blame it on Dave. Dave, can you go ding dong ditch him, please? 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 Which one? Right there.
Yeah, you see from all over here?
Good, ding dong ditch him. Look. Guys, they just shoot him. Every day, chat.
Should we go have a genuine conversation with him though? Oh, he did it. He deadass did it, man.
Holy shit, he really just done it. He lied. He dropped his phone. They're gonna see you on the ring bell. Cooked on the ring bell.
Now real quick, I'd just like to say that I'm giving out shoutouts on this channel to people who subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment letting me know that they subscribed. If you do that, then in the next video, I'll give you a shout out. Anyway, back to the video. Alright, so as you just saw, Jack just straight up broke in, and the way that he did it was he went to the side of the house, and over there you had this fence door. And so then he just decided to open it up, right? And then he broke in, and once he was in, he goes in there, and the lights were all off, which leads me to believe that maybe the owners just weren't at home, right? Think about how you had these guys breaking in, and there wasn't any kind of response from people inside the house, right? And also the lights were all off, so I'm beginning to think no one was at home. So in that sense, Jack got lucky, because man, imagine if someone was at home, right? So yeah, that would have been insane. But yeah, so he breaks in, and from the side of the house he goes to the back, and they see how in the back there's the pool, and it's got like fences around it and stuff. And Jack points out how he remembers that place, and then after that they just leave. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, like if you just think about how they did that, right, that crime, they did that, and it was all done for content. And it wasn't even a lot of content, dude. Literally, they broke in, they went in, they recorded the back, the pool and the surrounding area, and then they just dipped. So it's like, okay, yeah, great. You recorded yourself committing a crime for like what, like a few minutes of content that wasn't even like anything special, just showing like a part of a house at the back, with the pool and a bunch of stuff around it. And then after that they left, and they went outside back into the neighborhood. And once they're there, Jack looks at his security guard and he's like, hey dude, I want you to ding dong ditch someone. All right, so basically, yeah, that's that thing where like you ring someone's bell and then you just run away, right? And dude, he got his security guard to do it for him, right? This grown man, he got him to do a ding dong ditch for him, which is insane. Like, imagine the security guard just being like, yeah, I'm being hired to protect this guy from people who are trying to hurt him, and to make sure that he's secure. And then this is what he's actually doing on the job. And then the crazy thing is how the security guard actually, he looked at him for a bit, and then he's like, all right, which one? And then he goes and he rings the bell and he runs away. But then he drops his phone, right? So that he has to like real quick like go back and then pick it up and then come to Jack. So yeah, man, overall real crazy situation. And generally I just don't even understand how Jack's gonna deal with this situation in the event that the person who was living in that house, or like the homeowner, like if they were to actually press charges, because this was breaking and entering. So and the crazy part is they don't even need to provide evidence from their own part, because Jack was streaming this whole thing. So now the internet can see all of it, so the evidence is online and it's public. So yeah, anyone can just access this, and Jack himself was the one who actually made it public and showed it to the world. But then another thing is how when they were breaking in, there was actually a sign that said that there was a camera. And then they looked back and the camera was actually there. And Jack Doherty's cameraman himself actually pointed out that, oh yeah, by the way, there's a camera over there. So now the people inside the house also have footage of Jack breaking in. So it's not just the footage that's public that Jack himself recorded for his stream, but rather also, they themselves have their own camera footage that they can then show to the authorities in the event that they press charges. And again, I don't know if they would or they wouldn't. It's not like they stole anything, but again, just the principle of it, someone breaking into your house, that might be something that causes the person living there to be like, what, I'm actually pressing charges, I'm actually reporting this. And also another thing is that maybe some of the neighbors' houses also had cameras in front of them, right? So maybe those cameras ended up recording what was going on over here. So that's possible as well. So yeah, pretty crazy situation, man. It's pretty wild how Jack Doherty just did not even think of it that way. Like, he didn't even think like, oh yeah, what if like the person presses charges for breaking and entering? Bro does not care, man. And also another thing is that in the event that this whole thing goes to court, it's not like Jack Doherty's lawyer is gonna have like any good way to defend his actions, because you can't just go to court and be like, oh yeah, by the way, yeah, the reason he did that was because he used to live there back in the day, right? So he has this emotional connection with the place, and so he just wanted to see it again. Yeah, that is not gonna fly in the court of law, buddy. Even though you used to live there, that's no excuse to now break and enter. Now you're not living there anymore. And so when you did this, you're this outsider who broke in and you entered when you were not allowed in, and there was someone else living there. So yeah, very much illegal. But anyway, guys, those were just my thoughts on the situation. Now, I'd like to hear what you think down in the comments below. So leave a comment letting me know what you think, and we can have a discussion down there. And with all that being said, guys, this is Alexi, signing out.